exciting news is Bryce from NDVC will be at Switchyards today. He is a venture capitalist bent on building actual businesses with actual revenue, not just flooding companies with money, pushing revenue to the side, trying to grow at all costs. So he's speaking at Switchyards in 45 minutes. So that's why I'm leaving. Doing good. I don't usually take an Uber, but it is crazy outside. So biking's a no-go. Driving is not worth it. Appreciate that. Wow, that's a lot of water right there. This water is insane. It's flooded the alley next to the office. I just stepped in that out of my Uber. But we're here though. Ready for Bryce. Bring it. How's it going? Doing good. Okay, the event is about to start. I haven't seen Bryce yet. I want to go in the room soon, get my spot, get ready, get pumped.
Like Dave mentioned, I got my start in venture in a town even smaller than Atlanta, Salt Lake City. I was with a fund there for 4 years and saw what it looked like and felt like for entrepreneurs to kind of try to build their businesses with very little capital, very little access to capital, very few local resources. And recognizing that in the early days, the promise of seed was that not only could more people have access to capital, more ideas could get funded, but that funding would be less of a competitive advantage to really be able to scale up. And
Bryce, he co-founded a company called NDVC, and they're essentially a program and a support system and a partnership for startups that are focused on sustainability and revenue. So a lot of startups out there are just focused on getting the metrics they need to get the funding, to get the metrics they need to get the funding, and it's just an endless cycle of getting metrics and funding. And along the way, they often don't build the business, they actually don't make any revenue. And then you have situations like Twitter and Medium where they're really great services, people love them, but they don't know how to make money. So they are focused, NDVC is focused on giving a small amount of money to startups who need capital to grow, but not for growth's sake, for sustainability's sake. So they're building businesses, they're actually building businesses that last a long time, that aren't just, ballooning up, having problems and then shutting down.
companies that focus on sustainability and profitability early tend to have a much stronger foundation to scale from than the company that's constantly trying to just hit these metrics to get that next round of funding. We're really focused on, kind of becoming more fundable, showing investors that they're real. Those companies, we think, just don't have the staying power of someone who actually builds a strong foundation. What we were starting to see was that you shifted focus from the funding to sustainability, that started to pay off as well. So we started to see some of these founders that we work with come in and get themselves to the point, over a year's period, where they can pay themselves for full market salary, where they can grow at the same rate we were seeing from our much more heavily funded companies.
Great, there's no way you're driving safely in that. Not to mention the fact that we had a ground stop in Atlanta, the world's busiest airport, and that was because of the weather. So we've had tornado warnings this morning. We're under a tornado watch for much of the southeast right now, but it's tornado happening within 50 miles of that location. That is for a widespread area in Georgia. Here's the risk for today. We are looking at high winds over 65.
So I'm at the office, saw Bryce, it was awesome, but it is storming like crazy. It hasn't stormed this bad in a long time. I can't remember the last time that like I was legitimately worried about a tornado in Atlanta. Like probably 10 years. So luckily this place has a cement basement that's under the street, so we should be good, but it's gonna get crazy. Okay, there's a tornado warning, but I'm so hungry. The rain is not too bad, so I'm gonna venture out to Broad Street, see if I can get some food, run back without getting lightning. Wish me luck. Thanks so much. Really crazy out here. It got like 10 times worse since I was just eating. So I'm gonna have to see if I can sprint back to switch yards without getting struck by lightning. Whew. Oh, that is crazy out there. If you can see, my jacket is just absolutely soaked. But we made it here, we're good. I mean, it's like there's a flood warning here. The street right there is flooding. So now, as promised, I'm gonna show you how I do each Simple City illustration. Essentially, one, identify the building and find a suitable photo. Download that photo, open up Adobe Illustrator, and then essentially I just draw over the photo and I work with it until it's done. It's an extremely simple process. I'm just drawing right over the photograph, but the art form is found in making the decisions on which detail I should add and which detail I should leave out. And that's the whole point of, that's the whole challenge with simple design, with minimalist design, is figuring out what is the most essential iconic parts of this building and only including those and getting rid of the rest of the details.